Greetings, gamers and time travelers. So, new Doctor Who Flux episode. And oh my gosh, why do I always. I need to hide my. I don't even know where my watch is, but it keeps going off when I record. Damn it. But, new Doctor Who Flux. This is epic. I'm actually quite enjoying this. I'm really shocked. I really did not like series 11 and 12. I thought they were really poo. But now, I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm surprised. It's crazy. So, I want to go over good things first, and then I'll go over some bad things. So, good things. Sontarans actually didn't look shit. From the promotional images and what we saw in the Halloween Apocalypse, they just did not look very good to me. But now that we've seen a lot more of them, I actually am fine with this. I still think I would have preferred them, like I said in my last one, I would have preferred if they'd gone with the RTD and Moffat era designs, just maybe changing the armor suit colors to grey instead of blue, because I hear a lot of people say they don't like blue. I personally don't mind the blue, but the actual look of the normal Sontaran, the head bit just looks a lot better with that old design. It's not really an old design, because the one we got in this is more similar to the designs we got in Classic Who, which they actually did mention the Time Warrior in this when they mentioned, because it Commander or General Lynx or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's the Time Warrior. I'm not big on classic Doctor Who. Okay, what else is that? I really like Dan. He's actually really cool. I don't know I haven't been keeping up with behind the scenes stuff, but I actually kind of hope Dan stays along to the 14th Doctor. I think that would be cool, but I don't know if that's happening. It may not be. Because like I said, I don't really keep up a lot with all the behind the scenes stuff. But then it's really cool, and Carvanista coming back, that was also really nice. And seeing companions actually having a family, it's nice to see that again. I hope we do see a bit more, because yes, we have seen it with our previous companions in last series with Yaz, Graham, and Ryan, and I'm pretty sure we saw Bill's parents in an episode, but very brief, but hardly at all, and we hardly ever saw Clara's parents, and then we hardly saw Amy and Rory's parents. Amy's parents are literally only in that last scene in The Big Bang, I'm pretty sure, and then Rory's dad was in 2 episodes, which were both written by Chris Chibnall, Dinosaurs in a Spaceship and The Power of Three, but then before that, it was good parents everywhere, which a lot of people don't like that. That's a lot of people complain about that with the Austin Davies era, how there's so much Earth stuff, but I like it. I think it'll be cool if he does that when he comes back, but I'm fine if he doesn't want to. So, okay, back to Flux. So, what else did I like? The Doctor is feeling way better than she did in the previous seasons as well now. I'm really like how she feels a lot more like it. Jodie Whittaker's doing a fucking incredible job. I love her. I also just love the Sontarans and stuff. But yeah. So I thought it was pretty good. Just an overall structure. That's the other thing. It didn't feel like a million things happening at once like the last episode did. The last episode, it just felt oh, now this happening, this happening, this happening, this happening, and yes, it's the first episode of a serialized series, but it kind of just felt mismatched. It kind of they just placed scenes together without any consideration as how they flowed into each other. Just didn't feel right. But this was much better. Although the stuff on the planet Time, that kind of just felt out of place, and it kind of derailed the story a little bit for me. And that guy from 1820 that we saw in the first episode, who was like digging the hole or something, he just shows up for some reason and then disappears for the rest of the episode. What's that about? I don't know. But yeah, so this was overall pretty good, but there were a few problems I have. First off, the cliffhanger was really weak, especially when you compared to last week's one. This one just felt kind of dumb. It was just like 3, 2, 1. It just wasn't much suspension, mainly because what's his name, Swarm, he says, oh, the flow of time is going to go through them, like they're going to die, and like we know they're not going to die. One, because this is only episode 2, and we know Yaz isn't going to die because Yaz is going to be in the rest of the series and the specials next year. And also because we've seen them in the next time trailers and everything, and like they're not going to die. And just the snap thing, the way I feel like the way it was like edited, and the way the like sound effect was placed, and the way it was cut, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel very good. And then the only other really problem I have, it's not really a big one. It's kind of just a really funny one, and that's when the Doctor is like looking at the world map to see, because in this the Sontarans have like taken over time, and they've always been there, and they've taken over like Russia and China since the beginning, and like the people, Mary Sequel and the other general guy, they're like, oh, what the heck is Russia? So she looks at a map of the world, and she like looks at England, like, okay, there's England, that's all good. There's Jamaica, it's all good. And then she notices, oh my gosh, Russia's gone. Russia and China are gone, and then now Sontar. And when I saw that, I'm like, Russia's a very big country. It should be pretty easy to see where that it's gone. And then when you see it, it's like giant letters saying Sontar on it. It's like, it would be like, if I was to look at that, it would be like the first thing to stick out to me. So I just found that a little bit weird. So yeah. So those are my thoughts on Doctor Who Flux Episode 2, The War of the Sontarans. Next episode, Once Upon a Time, I think it's called, that's got Cybermen and a brief appearance, there's a little shot of the Weeping Angels at the end, which that's going to lead into the episode after that, Village of the Angels, I'm assuming. Which I'm looking forward to that, because that's written by, but I'm pretty sure it's co-written by Maxine Alderton, I think is how you pronounce her name, who wrote The Haunting of Villa Viadati, which is the best episode from series 11-12. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on Doctor Who Flux, Episode 2, War of Sontarans. Like I said, I will see you next time. Farewell, children.